Okeechobee. It's a small town. It's growing now, but you know, growing up, it was a very small, like, tight-knit community. My dad grew up in that town. My mom grew up just a town over. The next closest town is like 45 minutes. So if I wanted to go to the coast or go shopping or anything, it's like, oh, let's go to Stewart. You know, that's a 45, 50-minute drive. So in Okeechobee, to kind of like, if you want to have fun, you got to like do stuff outdoors. Like you got to go play outside. You know, it's pretty cliche to say, but you just got to go play outside. And I don't know. I think that's just how I was, how I grew up, and that's how my dad grew up. And I don't know. It's just I have those interests of like just wanting to be outdoors, wanting to go fish, wanting to go hunt. You know, whatever to kind of hang out with your friends. And I don't know, I enjoy being outdoors, and I like that tight-knit kind of small town community type vibe. I don't think there's a specific story to my name Kutter. I think my dad mentioned it, or no, I think my mom mentioned it, and then my dad said, let's do it with it, like let's spell it with a K instead of a C, or vice versa. Maybe my dad mentioned the name, and the mom was like, okay, well, if we're gonna do that, let's spell it with a K, because my mom's name is Christy with a K as well. So I think there was that tie there, but I don't think there's nothing like sports specific, like, oh, we're gonna have a son and he's gonna be, a major league pitcher and he's gonna throw a cutter, so let's name him Kutter. I don't think there's no crazy story along those lines. I think it's just kind of a crazy coincidence how it all worked out.
And he is humbled there by a cutter from Kutter Crawford.
My last name's Crawford, and then in the lake you got like crawdads, which is like a crustacean type of thing. It lives in the water and whatnot. It's, people eat them, largemouth bass, they feed on them. I don't know. I guess I felt like it flowed good. And honestly, that's been my handle since high school. Obviously probably the high school stuff. I probably thought it was funny at the time, but then I don't know, it just kind of stuck. The Bostonians, or whatever you want to call them, they love the Red Sox, right? That's, they love them, they're passionate. And just kind of seeing that passion within the city when you go out and you see people just always wearing a Boston Red Sox hat, the 04 World Series hat, or the shirt and everything. And so kind of when I take them out, it's they're hardworking people, and that's kind of how I feel like I got to where I am now, just kind of put my nose down and just showing up every day and just trying to get a little bit better every day and just working hard. So I try to take that out into the mound. You don't want to let the people down. It helps motivate me a little bit more to kind of have a little bit more fire underneath my ass to go out there and try to dominate. I'm a guy that kind of has to pitch with a little bit of not anger, but just a little bit of attitude. And that's kind of my one day a week to you kind of go into that different persona, when you're out there on the field. I try to just think about, how far I've come and where I've come from, and I think about the people back home, and it's I got a bunch of people that, they try to line up whenever I'm pitching just so they can watch, and my mom, she's keeping everybody updated on Facebook and all that. So kind of just the idea of them watching me, from thousands of miles away, they're taking the time out of their day to put me on the TV and whatnot. It's kind of that motivating factor of just, not wanting to go out there and almost embarrass yourself, right? You don't want to go out there on the field and embarrass yourself. You want to try to be the best version of yourself. I try to think about those type of things to get my mind kind of locked in and ready. And honestly, when I get out there, to me, it's like you're going to battle, right? It's our team versus their team. And I try to put my mind in that spot of it's me versus them. I want to be the guy that goes 6-7 innings, whether I'm at 95 pitches or 110 pitches. I want to get you through 6 innings. So in that moment, obviously I did a cardinal sin of 2-out walk.
And downstairs he walked him. And here comes the manager.
But I had 2 outs in the 6th there, and I saw him coming out. And I think when he was coming out, I was just kind of having flashbacks of, last year. Just give me one more chance, one more batter to try to get through that inning. And obviously I showed a little bit of emotion of me not wanting to come out in that situation. And he saw that, but he kind of came out there and kind of spoke some words of encouragement, into me. and kind of lit a little bit of a fire underneath my ass to go out there and make sure I got that next hitter.
Alex Cora came out and delivered a strong message, and Crawford strikes out Taylor.
Sleep in a little bit, try to get up at like 10, 11, get some breakfast. I like to try to walk around, you know, try to get up, move around, and then kind of just hang out. You know, I try to hang out as much as I can, because obviously once you go to the field, it's, you know, it's kind of starting to get to go time. You try to start turning your brain over and starting to get, you know, more focus into what you got to do at 7 o'clock. Go to the Seaport, you know, the Chipotle in Seaport, pick it up, and then, you know, I'll head to the field and obviously start my routine there. White rice. I bounce around between pinto and black beans, depending on the day. Right now I'm on the pinto beans kick. Chicken, mild salsa, and extra cheese. Chipotle, if we want to, we can work on something. I show up to the field every single start day with a Chipotle bag, unless it's an early game. Y'all aren't open yet. Y'all aren't open yet. Gotta go to work.
Get to work.
See ya.
Have a good day.
All right, let's go. Let's go, gang. It's the first truck I ever bought. Yeah. First one I ever bought for myself. So there's a little bit like sentimental value there. It's a little dirty. I'm a big lobster guy. I like lobster. I'm a hot lobster roll guy though. I'm not the cold. I'll die on that statement. I want the warm butter lobster, not the cold. My favorite show would probably be Yellowstone. Movie? I'm not like a big movie guy. I like Roadhouse, the old school Roadhouse. That's a controversial topic. We got some good golfers, so I mean, it kind of all depends on the day. Weisert's really good, Trevor's really good, Chris Martin's, he's really good. Chris Martin's beaten me and I beat him before. Trev's the only guy that I haven't beat, but we've only played once. Trevor, if you hear this, I'm coming for you. It's a young core. You know, we got a few veterans on the position player side and the pitching staff side. You know, there's expectations, but there's not a whole lot because of how young we are. And I think everybody in that clubhouse wants to prove people wrong. I will say this stadium has just a different vibe than any other stadium. I haven't been to a stadium that's got a better energy and just the fans that are just in tune with the game. You know, if you're going bad, they'll let you know. But I think there's beauty in that. It kind of, you know, it just means that the fans care and they want the best version of the team, which they know that, you know, it can be better during certain times. So I don't think there's a better place to play in the big leagues than Fenway Park. Between the history and, like I said, the vibe. Sweet Caroline, although I've heard that song 1,000 times now, it doesn't get old when the inning starts and the whole stadium's still singing it. You know, as that first pitch or two is being made. I think it's just special place to play. Gotta show love to Jimmy every single day. How we doing, Jimmy? Doing all right? Doing all right, yeah, we say hi.
Hi!
Those are the people right there that makes, you know, that love this team. Those are the type of people that make you wear the jersey with a little bit more pride. So, there we go. We made it. Gotta go to work. Let's go, T.O. Go, T.O. I'm Superman. Cooper to Cooper. Cooper squared. Oh. Hi, boy.